I'm sure you've all heard about dream boards before. I have a little bit of a different twist on them, and it's very Danny Johnson inspired. But here's my twist, and you've probably never seen it like this before. So a lot of us are told to draw a circle on a big piece of paper, put down our dreams in them, the things that we would love to have, whether it be a big fancy toy like a sports car, a yacht, stuff. It can be tangible, intangible. Maybe your dream is you just want to no longer feel depressed and feel really great in your life. I think that's a great dream. My personal dream board doesn't really have a lot of stuff in it. It's mostly, my personal dream board is mostly intangible stuff. And I got a couple things in there, and that's fine. But whatever it is, it's yours, it's important to you. You got these dreams, and you know what? Odds are, if you're not a child anymore, you've got a lot of dreams you put up in the attic when you became an adult. So if you were to pull back down those dreams and maybe add a few more, and you start writing them down to fire yourself up, okay? And let's say your vision is pretty weak, so you don't really have an expanded vision to bring all these wonderful things that are important to you into reality, to bring it into fruition. So here's the problem that most of you who do this dream board thing are going to run into. And by the way, I don't necessarily think this is altogether bad. I think this is a bad idea for most people who do not correct their mind first. So here's what most of you are going to do if you do this exercise. You're going to write down all these things really important to you, and then at first you might be fired up for 5 minutes. The next day you might forget why, and you're going to start to go to work after this stuff, and very quickly, as you know, you get your nose bloodied, so to speak, because things aren't going perfect, or somebody makes fun of you, or who knows what happened. You're going to start to say, oh, this thing up here I want to do, but you know what, I really don't have the time, so I'm going to cross that off. Maybe I'll use a different color for that so you can see that, the slashes. So I'm going to cross that off, because you know what, I really don't have the time. And this thing over here, I don't think I have the time or the money. And you know, this over here, this really cool toy, you know, that's a pain in the butt to clean up, and I just don't want to hire maid services, so I'm just going to get rid of that. And this, an excuse, you know, I'm a busy stay-at-home parent, and I just don't have that because, you know, my kid needs me, so I can't get this thing over here. And before you know it, your dream circle shrinks to the size of a pea. Or to get more specific, you're eventually going to shrink your dream circle just over what you're making now so that you don't die. And that doesn't give life to your human spirit. And without life being given to your human spirit, I don't really think you're going to go too far. You're going to put those dreams back up in the attic and you're going to quit. And then everyone else around you is going to see you quit, and you will have inspired nobody to do anything because you grew up an ego so big you made the issue about yourself, when it's really about growing your influence with other people and being faithful with that. So here's what very few of you will do, and maybe one or two of you, if you was going to follow that model, might change your mind because you saw this video. That would be a cool thing. Let me know. Send me an email or something. But here's what you're going to do. You're going to keep your dreams sky high, but you're also going to get realistic as you're getting your hopes up. A lot of people tell you to get your hopes down. I'm telling you to get them up, but that's not enough. If that's all you're doing, you're going to turn into one of these many people who shrink their dream circle after life gets tough to be just above what you're making now at your job or whatever income so that you don't die. So here's what you have to do. And I speak from experience, by the way, and I see it all the time. You have to develop a vision that's going to drive you, to push you through the days that you don't feel like doing it. Everybody has days. Attitude is fickle. Some days you feel like doing what you need to do. Other days you don't want to, so you don't. But the person with a big enough vision is going to do the thing, the habits, the ritual, whatever it is, even on the days they don't feel like it. And that's going to be the big difference maker for you. So now, if you can do that, you're going to be on a path where you're going to grow your income, which is, I don't know, income. Now you're going to grow your income because your mind is right to fund your dream circle. That's a big difference. Most people shrink their dream circle to just over their income so they don't die. Very few people are going to dream big and actually do what it takes to grow their income to fund their dream circle. That's it. So how big is your vision? And is it worth it? Are your dreams so important to you that it's actually worth it to do what you have to do to grow your income to fund your dreams? One of them is more important to you, and that one is going to win. So there you go. Right? By the way, I don't know if you'd be interested in this or not, but I had to throw it out there. I actually, a few years ago, I was totally broke. I had no income, no job, one step away from being homeless. And a few years into this new experience, I call the job search off for life. I buy a house in cash, where before I was almost homeless. And now I'm buying up all these other houses and duplexes to provide to people that need clean, quality, affordable housing. But anyway, if you're open to making any money outside of what you're already doing in a way that you can keep doing what you're doing or walk away from it, just the freedom of choice, if you're open to that, let me know. I've got this fantastic 30 Days to Profit training system, which I basically authored by figuring out how exactly I made my first 100,000 plus on social media. So connect with me if you'd like to know more about that. If not, get into something else and create your own next big success story and share it with me anyway, because I think success stories are pretty cool, whether it's in my deal or somebody else's deal.